Alrighty guys, today is the day. I'm not gonna lie, I'm nervous. I'm nervous about this video. I'm nervous about letting you guys know everything. It's been a struggle for 5 years, and I want to be completely transparent about everything. I'm gonna try to answer every question that I possibly can. I don't want to make it sound so serious, and I want one thing to be known, that this video is not a feel sorry for me, oh, pity me. This video is to bring awareness, it is to bring help, and I want good things to come from this video. I do not want you to feel bad for me. I want you guys to become aware of what I go through and what many others go through. I have put a lot of time and effort and thought into this video and into this idea. Everything that could possibly come from this video is only good. So please, 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 please watch until the end, share it, like it, and show everybody that you possibly can think of. That's all I ask. Just share it. It doesn't cost any money. It costs like 3 seconds to hit the share button. So please, that is all I ask, and just watch until the very end. I'm gonna do my best not to make this boring, but I'm gonna do my best to run over everything and cover as much information as possible. And I wanted to say thank you, and I love each and every single one of you for being here, for caring enough to watch, and I hope that you enjoy and you learn at least one thing from this video. Thank you. What are the first 3 things that come to mind when you think of me?
First 3 things.
Well,
reliable. I think of funny and outgoing.
probably your passion for your YouTube and your cars and all that.
Cameras.
Goofy, for sure.
A daredevil, mainly because all the wheelies and stuff you do on your bikes.
Your good friend.
Enemy is the Miata, because that's what I met you with.
Dedicated for sure.
Always taking pictures or videos of something.
Crazy.
Honesty's a huge part. Cars.
Can't believe you're this big.
Probably just how amped up you get about cars all the time.
Hardworking.
Strong is probably the best one I can think of because you've been through a lot.
And you turned out pretty darn good.
Kind of like everybody else, I think that you definitely have some determination. I just
Remember, we're all good friends. And you become one of my best friends. So I guess when I think of you, I think of you like that.
You're always there for me. As a good friend for sure. I appreciate it. Love you, buddy.
In that clip you just watched, I asked every one of those people to tell me the first 3 things that come to mind when they think of me. And not a single person said Crohn's. Now to me, that means more than probably it does to anybody else, because Crohn's is my entire life. And for them to not mention it once is amazing. That I can live a life to where my closest friends don't think of my disease when they think of me. That is amazing, but at the same time, it's kind of surreal. See, Crohn's affects more than just your stomach. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, you know, he poops or he has stomach aches. Both of those are very true. But I get fatigued, I can't eat a lot, I get night sweats, I can't sleep at all sometimes, I can sleep all day sometimes. I have mood swings and depression and anxiety and just everything. It affects the entire body. It affects your mind, your joints, everything. Like, I feel like I'm a 61-year-old man when I bend down, and when I stand up, my knees pop and I can't stand up without grabbing something and helping me get up. But at the same time, I can still live a fairly regular life, but I have to plan accordingly. Now, let's start at the beginning, I guess. In 2015, I was 16 years old, and for like the year before that, my mom was like, you need to go to the doctor, you're small, like you're pale, you're not gaining weight. And I'm like, Mom, it's fine, I just haven't hit puberty yet, like we're good, like just give me this summer. So the summer of the summer of 2015. So we get through the summer, nothing changed. I still look the same. I weighed 65 pounds my sophomore year of high school and my junior year of high school. And I was 4'8". So I was little, like little. And I used to lie to people at school and told them I weighed 85 pounds because I thought that sounded better. So the summer ends, nothing changes, so my mom makes me go to the doctor. And we get to the doctor, he gives me my checkup, my overrun, and he's like, well, I think you might have Crohn's disease or something, IBS, something of the sort. So he recommends that we go to Children's Hospital in Columbus. So we set up an appointment. We wait, I think it wasn't even a month, and I get to the hospital. I meet with Dr. Russo, who is an amazing doctor. He's a fantastic doctor. If you have Crohn's or IBS or anything GI related, I recommend Dr. Russo. He is a fantastic doctor. So we get there, and the very first thing, he's like, I want you to stay. Like, I want to keep you in the hospital, which immediately scared the crap out of me because I had never been in a hospital before in my life. I never, like when I was younger, I never got sick. I never had the flu. I never had like nothing. I didn't have any allergies. I was always outside. I loved being outside. I never had any problems. So when he said, I want you to stay in the hospital, that scared me. Luckily, I had tickets to an Ohio State Buckeyes game that Friday, and that's when he wanted me. So I was like, let me go to the football game and then I will come in. So he said, all right. So I went to the football game, and that next Monday, I got admitted into Children's. And I was in Children's for 2 weeks, and they did blood tests. They did all kinds of monitoring, everything. They did everything head to toe, scanned me down, ran tests. I had a camera. I had a upper and lower scope, which is where they take this little teeny tiny camera and they put it in my mouth and run it down through my intestines. And then they do a lower scope at the same time, one right after the other. I'm put under. They take it and put it up my butt and go up through my intestines. So that's fun. They put you to sleep, you're on loopy gas. Worked at Arby's during this, and I had 2 separate times somebody asked me if I was a boy or a girl. Twice. I mean, I know I was small, but I didn't look like a girl. Well, sounded like a girl, I guess. Anyway, we're off track. So get that done, wait on results, and I never got to leave the hospital. I was in the hospital this entire time. Comes back and he's like, you have Crohn's. I was like, I've never even heard of Crohn's. I don't know what Crohn's is. It is a disease. Nobody knows how you get it. There is no cure. You can be put in remission, but there is a 75% chance that you will have a relapse in the next 5 years after you reach remission. It is a intestine GI tract disease. It is in your intestines. I have what they call super Crohn's, so it's not as fun or heroic as it sounds. I have Crohn's from my esophagus to my butthole, which means that my intestines and my esophagus are inflamed. Basically, my insides are rotting, and as of now, there's nothing I can do about it. I'm on 6 different medications. I'm on folic acid, methotrexate, 2 other medications that I can't even pronounce that are like this big around. I'm on medication for depression. I'm on Ensure. I take Humira, which is a shot every 2 weeks. And all this stuff it doesn't cure it. It slows it down, and I have a chance of being put in remission, which with my condition is not likely. But again, we're not here to pity me. We're not here to get all sad and upset. But it's very serious, and not a lot of people know about that, about Crohn's in general. Not even doctors. Doctors don't know how to cure it. They don't know where it comes from. They know the side effects, and they know stuff that slows it down. They don't know how to fix it. So it's like a dam. Like let's take the Hoover Dam. This big wall, and behind it is water. Let's call it the Crohn's. And it's just leaking through it. There's cracks all through this dam, and it's just leaking. And to fix it, they're just putting Band-Aids on it, all over, just Band-Aids, just slowing it down. Eventually, those Band-Aids are not gonna hold, and it's just gonna come through. Basically, my insides are rotting and eating me from the inside. I'm basically starving from the inside, and we're just slowing it down for now. We get it all figured out. They send me home. I'm on all this medication, and I'm starting to feel better. I'm starting to grow. I'm starting to see symptoms of puberty. I'm starting to feel good. I'm starting to be better. And It's real good. And he's like, dude, you're growing faster than anybody I've ever seen. My line was like this on the growth chart. Like, I was doing great. I thought that, like, I thought it was cured. I thought it was the best because I never did any research, anything like that. I just did what the doctors told me to do. So then I hit remission. I was as cured as I was gonna get. I was good. I was great. And this took like 2 years of medication every day, doctor's visits every month. Like, it was a lot of work. It wasn't just like one day, bam, done. It was work, medicine, doctors, long nights, early mornings, like hard stuff. Like, I missed school and it was hard. Like, I had never done this before. My family had never done this before. Nobody I knew had done this before. Nobody I know has Crohn's. I was alone, basically, and everybody, you know, they comfort you, but it's not the same. It's different because it's you, and when nobody else is doing it, you're alone. I get into remission, and me being the 17-year-old that I am, 17, 18 years old, I thought I knew it all, and I was like, well, I'm in remission, I'll stop taking my medicine. Worst choice I ever made in my entire life. If you have Crohn's and you're watching this, I don't care if you have no symptom. Do not stop taking your medicine. Because the point I am right now, if I would have stopped taking my medicine, my Crohn's probably wouldn't have gotten so bad. I'd probably still be okay. I got bad, and then I started taking I came out of remission, my symptoms were back, it was bad. And so then I was like, oh God, I gotta start taking my medicine again. So I started taking my medicine again, but this time, the medicine didn't work. I had a reaction to the medicine I was on. I would get IVs in my arm every 2 weeks. They would take 3 hours, and one time during one of the infusions, my throat closed. My throat started closing. I was sitting there and I started swallowing, and it felt like I had mucus in my throat. And I swallow, and I started coughing. I looked at my mom and I was like, something's wrong. So she called the nurse, and the nurse was like, your throat's closing. So they injected me with something and it fixed it. Thank God I was at the hospital. So after that, once you have a reaction to the medicine, they can't give you more medicine because your body has built antibodies to that. So then they switched to the Humira, which is what I'm on currently. It's a little shot, get it in the thigh every 2 weeks. I do it at home. It's just it's like an EpiPen, and just done, 10 seconds, go on with my day. If I wouldn't have stopped taking my medicine, I'm pretty sure I'd be okay. But now, like I said, I have super Crohn's, which sucks because, like I said, it is from my throat to my butt, and it is not happy that it's inside me. It is inflamed and it bleeds, and I get stomach pains that feels like somebody is literally stabbing me. I have blood in my stool. I go to the bathroom. 2 days ago, I went to the bathroom 21 times between the hours of 4 o'clock and 11. 20 times in a day. The average person goes 3, maybe 5. 21 times I was in the bathroom. And on the outside, I'm fine. I look fine. I feel fine. Well, I'm skinny, but I talk to you. I'm not like covered in needles and IVs, and I'm not stuck in the hospital. I'm outside. I'm sitting on a motorcycle. I can ride. I can go hang out with my friends. But then tomorrow, I could not be able to get out of bed. I could be fatigued and weak and just destroyed. Like, I could be in and out of the bathroom constantly. Like today, I've gone to the bathroom twice, and it's 2 o'clock, 1:56, and I've been twice. It literally varies day by day, and that is one of the hardest parts about Crohn's, in my opinion, is the unknown. There are so many unknown variables, and it is just insane because nobody knows. You may know, and that's awesome. I am pumped if you know about Crohn's. That's fantastic. But most of you don't. I didn't. My parents didn't. My family didn't. My uncle did because he's a nurse. That's it. Out of the 50 people in my family, nobody knew a thing. Still, half of them don't even know. They think, oh yeah, Dakota's just, he's tired, or, he goes to the bathroom a lot, or his stomach hurts, or he's in and out of the hospital. Like, how are you doing today? Like, they know to ask if I'm okay, but like, nobody can tell me what Crohn's is. And that's insane to me. Because I look fine, but on the inside, I'm literally rotting. And I know that sounds extreme, but it is the most basic and, I guess, extreme way that I can get it across to you. That is not an exaggeration. My doctor literally told me I would not live past 30. And that kind of messes with you, I guess, in a way, because being 21 years old, that means I have 9 years left. That means there's no reason for me to buy a house. I shouldn't start a family. I shouldn't get married. I shouldn't find the love of my life. That means I don't have any purpose other than what I am trying to do right now. If I don't live past 30, please, for the love of God, let this be my legacy. This video, this company slash charity slash idea, I want it to live forever. And I need your help. I am begging for your help. Everybody with Crohn's needs your help. We have to bring awareness to this. And that is where Road to Remission comes in. Okay, so my main inspiration, before I explain to you what Road to Remission is, I want to explain to you where the idea came from. Now, I'm super into cars. I love cars. I go to car shows. I drive a fast, tuner car. I love everything about cars. It could be a muscle car, a supercar. It could be a Honda Civic. If it's a nice build and I appreciate it, I enjoy it. It doesn't have to be a specific type of car, but there is one car that I will probably get made fun of for liking the most. It is, above all, my favorite car, and that is a Nissan GTR. Now, I've liked GTRs since I watched Fast and Furious and Paul Walker, and everybody in the car world loves Paul Walker. He's like the pinnacle of car guy. Men, women, children, it doesn't matter. If you like cars, you love Paul Walker. As I'm in the hospital, they always let you watch your favorite movies. You bring stuff to watch while you're in the hospital. During the infusions, you sit there for 3 hours, you're gonna watch a movie. I always watch Fast and Furious. I have the little Matchbox cars. I have the t-shirts. It's like Fast and Furious was always fun growing up, and if you're a car person, you love Fast and Furious. As I'm in the hospital, I'm thinking, nobody knows about Crohn's. Nobody knows anything about it. Everybody kept asking me questions, and I'm thinking, what can I do to bring awareness? And my original thought was, I'm gonna get a 350Z. I'm gonna paint it purple because that's the color for Crohn's. The ribbon for Crohn's is purple, like breast cancer is pink. I was like, I'm gonna get a 350 because that was affordable, poor man's GTR. I'm gonna paint it purple, I'm gonna take it to car shows, and I'm gonna raise awareness for Crohn's. I'm gonna raise money. So then, as I did more research, as I looked into it, as I started to try to find a name, kind of get traction, I found out about a kid named Andrew. Now, Andrew is fairly big in the car world. A lot of people know him now. He started the foundation Driven to Cure, and Andrew was diagnosed with a rare form of kidney cancer. From what I've read and what I've seen, what I've heard, is he was diagnosed with kidney cancer and he wasn't given that long to live, and he was sitting at home one night and his dad came in and he's like, what are your life goals? And Andrew, being a car guy, was like, well, I want to own my dream car. And his dream car was an R35 GTR. So the next day his dad comes in, he's like, hey, let's go get that car. And he was in disbelief, amazed, as anybody would be. So they go and they get an R35, and Andrew turns this car into something so much more than a car. He turned it into a pinnacle of hope, a beacon for everybody else with his cancer, and more than that. That when you see that, it just brings hope and awareness, and he would take it to car shows and meet people and raise money. And in 2016, I don't know how long it took, but I know they've raised at least $400,000 for his kidney cancer, and they hope to raise $600,000 by 2019. So his foundation came off the ground and it just took off. He had the car built, he had it painted orange for his kidney cancer. He's met hundreds of people, everybody's helped out. It's amazing, it's wonderful. And unfortunately, Andrew passed away on Easter of this year. So it's extremely sad, because even though I didn't get to meet him, I kind of knew him in a way, because I'm going through the same thing. I have the same idea. I don't want to copy him, and I don't want anybody to think I'm trying to copy him, but he is a huge, huge inspiration for me, and I hope that Road to Remission can even come close to that. It is a wonderful idea, and I love everything that Andrew stood for, and I was extremely saddened to hear the news of his passing. Okay, so I know there's a lot going on in this video, and I told you I promised I would try to go over everything, so that's a little time consuming. But now is the part that you've all been waiting for, that you've all been asking me. If you follow me on social media, you've been seeing pictures and teases and things here and there that I've kind of been trying to show you without telling you. But last summer, there was a Road to Remission version 1, I guess you could call it. And me and Boulder and our friend Avery, we were all We thought we had it all together. We thought we had the idea there. And so we were like, all right, let's do this. We were gonna go to Papa Boo's, which is like a local restaurant. It's about halfway between here and Columbus. We were gonna go there. We were gonna hold the charity event. Avery was gonna jump a car into the lake. The police department told us that I was fine as long as it was for a charity, like we could do that. And we thought we had everything like lined up and ready to go. All we had to do was do it. Well, one night while we were eating at Papa Boo's, we saw Brian from Roman Atwood's vlogs. Now, if you watch that, you know that Brian's like Roman's right-hand man. So the picture on my Instagram, we walked up, we talked to him, we got a picture with him. And me, because I was super nervous, I walked up, took a picture with him, and I walked away. Well, I look back, and Avery's talking to him. So I walk back down, and Avery's like pitching the whole Road to Remission idea to him. And he was about it. He's like, all right, here's my Instagram, DM us the information, and we'll see what we can do. So the next day, we get home, we DM him. We're like, hey, we're the guys from Papa Boo's. Like, what kind of information did you want? He's like, send us everything. So we send them everything, and everything starts kind of working. And then the more into it we got, the more we realized we kind of put the cart in front of the horse. And everything just kind of fell apart. And we lost communication with Roman and Brian, and we just kind of let everything fall apart. I went through a really deep depression over the winter, just kind of things fell apart. And now, I've got a more level head. I kind of got things in order. I did things that needed to be done. I called Papa Boo's, like everything is in order now. I have things in order. So where I need you guys to help is I need your help getting back in contact with Roman. He knows who I am. I was on FaceTime with him. I've sent him a binder full of information for the Road to Remission, and we've talked to Brian. They were about it at one time. But I need you guys to tag him, share it, post it, just constantly tag Roman and get him to see this video. All I need is one meeting with him and we can get Road to Remission off the ground. I don't want his money. I just want him to partner with us and get this off the ground. I've got clothing ideas, I've got other charity event ideas, and I think it would be amazing if he was on board, and I think he could do so much for this charity and this company. And in one of his recent videos, he said that he wants to help smaller creators. Like, he wants to sponsor them and he wants to help them get off the ground. And I think this would be an absolute perfect example. I think it would be a different kind of setting. I don't think that anybody else is quite like Road to Remission. So I want to partner with him, and hopefully he wants to partner with us. And I think that we could do a lot of good, help a lot of people, and eventually, hopefully, find a cure for Crohn's. Now, all of this, all the proceeds for the charities and everything, all the money goes to a charity at Children's Hospital. This money does not go to me. The t-shirt sales and stuff will go to us to help fund other charity events. But the money doesn't just like raise the money, oh, it's gonna go to me and I'm gonna spend it how I want it. That's not how this works. The money is gonna go and be refunded back into the charity. I'm not gonna take any of the money. Like, this is not what that's about. This is about helping kids and adults with Crohn's and hopefully having a lot of fun and meeting a lot of people along the way. But if you guys could just tag him and share it as much as possible, try to get the word out, I would be extremely grateful, and hundreds of thousands of other people will be extremely grateful. I know this video was extremely long, and I know there was a lot going on in it, but I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you guys understand more kind of my situation, and I hope you guys are on board with Road to Remission, because even if Roman doesn't answer, even if he's not on board, I won't stop, the team won't stop. Like, I will continue to do this until it works, because there is too much riding on this. There are too many people that need our help, and there's just not enough being done. So I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and hopefully together we can get some answers and get help where it's needed. And I will see you guys Monday. Well, I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but the whole chair is soaked and my back is soaking wet. I didn't know I was getting rained on that whole clip, but the rain just started pouring. And I was just sitting there, and now I'm soaked. So I'm out here grinding in the rain for you guys, and I'm out here getting wet for you.
Oh, God, no. God, no.